So now with the TBI symptoms, when they get to be too much, I just got distracted by looking at a piece of paper. Okay. I'm Celia, and this is my friend Chaffin. And we met in a concussion support online support group. And we wanted to make a video today. And my intention for the video is to bring some love and light to the TBI community.
All right. Yes, I'm Chafin. And my intention for today is to be present and not overthink this because overthinking leads to brain pain.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to ask if you can safely do so to close your eyes. Take a deep inhale and exhale out of your mouth. Now inhale love, exhale doubt. Inhale strength, exhale fear. Keep your eyes closed, and I want you to picture the graceful path of an autumn leaf as it falls to its earthen cradle. You can open your eyes. That is from a Cards Against Humanity card that I found blowing in the wind, and I thought it was beautiful. Thank you for listening to that.
Amazing.
You like that, JP?
I love that. Okay. So next, what went well for you this week in regards to your TBI journey?
Great question. I had a setback a couple weeks ago when I attempted to go on a boat, and so I've been kind of trying to come back from that. So what went well in the last week was I tried really hard. No, I didn't try. I did listen to my body and take it easy, or took it really easy. And at times it felt very boring. I guess I'm starting to feel better, so it worked.
Yeah. And I know we talked during that week of boredom, and you really did listen to your body and you didn't overdo it. You even reduced the amount that you were doing even your easygoing activities to be there for your brain. What went well for me? Let's see. I'm super proud of myself. I tutor some young girls, and I have been exerting my brain way too much during tutoring. And for the past two tutoring sessions, I had the lesson planned, but instead of me making it fun, which I always try and make it fun for them, I asked them to make it fun and to use less brain power for myself. And it ended up being a blast. And I was just very present with my body, with what I needed, and was obviously doing the lesson, but I was like, I can't exhaust more brain power. So I let them be the creative ones. And it ended up being so much more fun than when I try and make it fun. So yeah, I was very proud of myself how I listened to what I needed, because normally I don't with tutoring.
That's really exciting. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Okay.
then our next question, what did you learn about this week?
Okay. I like had a big moment yesterday of
I did.
learning. Yeah. And it's
Okay.
like something I learn all the time again and again, but it was like, yeah, it was a new layer of it. And I was during a breath work session. Um, I was just hit with how I am enough. And it doesn't matter if, like, I completely believe I'm going to heal from this TBI. 100%. I'm going to get better. It's going to be amazing. I already am. I'm getting better. But in this moment, I am enough. And in my worst moments, when I literally can't do anything except for sit in the dark, I am enough. And I don't have to have acceptance or approval from anyone around me. Like, I've always wanted certain people in my life, their approval. And in that breathwork session, I just was hit with this beautiful truth that I don't have to have their acceptance or approval, because no matter what I do, even if I suck at life, like, I'm still enough. I'm going to try and get better, improve or whatever I'm doing. But like, I am enough, period. So yeah. So like yesterday, how that came about in my day as I was working on, I'm a health coach. So I was working on some health coaching things, and I'm trying to get more clients and like really reaching out to different doctors and whatnot. And my head started hurting when I was doing that. And normally I'd be like, push through, pressure through. Like I gotta do this. Like this is what normal people do to get money and an income, and I enjoy doing it. But it's like, our brains, when they're bad, they're bad. And I was at that, I was about to go over the hilltop of like, okay, you can overdo it and then you can like really overdo it. And I was about to go into that. And then I remind myself, I am enough. Like, it doesn't matter if I do more, it doesn't matter if I do less. Like, I am enough. And that gave me so much freedom to be able to stop what I was doing and then enjoy doing relaxing activities. I went outside and I went on an easygoing walk, and it was very freeing. That's what I learned.
That was amazing. So what I learned this week, I guess I'd go back to the boredom concept. I'm trying to look at boredom as not a negative thing. So before my TBI, I had bad FOMO, and I wanted to always be doing the most fun thing possible, every single day, every single night. And I think one of my lessons during this healing process is really looking at that and how that's like a form of escapism. So now with the TBI symptoms, when they get to be too much, I just got distracted by looking at a piece of paper. Okay.
TBI brain.
TBI brain, like I saw one word and it was just like, it's over.
So you're talking about boredom and how you've been learning.
Yeah. So I'm like really excited that I already knew like that was an issue, but just specifically looking at boredom as, so when you have all these symptoms and it's like, normally if a person wanted to relax, they'd be like, I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to
read a book,
maybe go on a walk or something, read a book. Yeah. And so once your symptoms are elevated enough, you can't do those things, or you really shouldn't, or you're just going to be worse. And so then you're in a situation where you're not able to do those distracting things to pass the time. And so what I learned this week is, and I'm like really excited about it, is like, I said this like 3 times now, but looking at boredom as not a negative thing. And also I had talked to you, Chaffin, about the ego. And I feel like the ego looks at boredom as, and like wants you to be like, no, go do something, go be distracted, versus your true self. Like I'm in a time of like, I need that solitude and quiet for healing. And that's where my growth is coming. So instead of having the ego be like, no, go be distracted. It's like, no, I'm working on changing from within, and this solitude and quiet is a blessing. It's a really good thing. So I'm looking more into that.
I love that so much, because it's like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this freedom to be present and to focus on just being in the moment, that presentness. That's a good thing. Like we're always talking about, being present, being connected with your body, and what you said, like with the boredom thing, I didn't even realize, but that's just in the moments of boredom, that's an opportunity to be present. And it's like, you don't have to think hard about it, but you're present. You don't have anything else to do. So boredom.
When it's like, boredom is never going to go away. Like if my mindset doesn't change, I will forever be bored if I'm not doing something. And so what needs to change is my mindset. And then it's like, yeah, just, I don't know. I think it's just so cool when I realize simple stuff like that. Super. I got the cards.
Okay. For those of you who don't, obviously no one knows this because we haven't told you this, but Celia and I are not actually looking at our screens like it looks like we are, but my screen's blacked out and she has a piece of paper over her screen. So yeah, we are trying to be present with our bodies this very moment and not overdo it. So before you pull the card, Celia, how are you doing with your brain in this moment? Are you okay?
I'm doing pretty well. I'd say I'm at like 50%.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I was starting to get a little, I was focusing too hard and I started having the
Oh,
pain.
me too. I could
Yeah.
feel
So
it going
okay.
downhill. I was like, oh,
Yeah. I was like, okay, what do I need to do? I just like need to relax in this moment and not overthink it.
should we take another deep breath?
Yeah. Let's do another breathing thing.
Breathe in, exhale out of your mouth. Breathe in again. Hold
Oops.
and exhale. That's so nice.
Okay. I feel better.
So nice to calm your nervous systems. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card, and it's from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. And whatever card we get, Chafin and I are going to discuss it in
We're not going to
regards
discuss
to
anything in particular. This has not been planned out. So
which Chafin loves. He loves things like that.
love to plan things, which is hard with TBI. Yeah, so we are just gonna see what comes out of our minds, and we will share it, and hopefully it's good.
Okay.
Okay, I can't really see it.
It's
Actually,
the Rise card.
looks like bird. Oh, there we go. Rise. Okay.
Rise. Okay. I'm going to read the self-care message. Number 57. So the card essence, rebirth, the magic of the phoenix, second changes. I'm guessing that should say second chances. Redos, new opportunities, stepping up to your potential, announcements. The self-care, that was the card essence. This is the self-care message. Endings, acceptance of defeat is needed before the rebirth. Knowing when it's time to stop.
Woo! Hmm.
I'm going to just briefly speak on this. I'm just going to specifically talk about knowing when it's time to stop. So one of the greatest challenges, so once in the TBI healing journey, once you learn that one of the ways to freedom, an essential component of healing is well, hold on. Oh, listening to your body. So whatever the last thing I said was what I was going to talk about.
Listening to your body and you knowing when to stop.
Knowing when to stop. So once you grasp the concept of listening to your body and that how important that is, which I will tell you, it took me an entire year to even begin to understand that. And thank goodness I did. And so it's been I'm at my 2-year mark. But so knowing when it's time to stop it's a delicate balance. And the cool thing is, like, over time I've gotten so much better at it. But there's still, I still slip up. So when you start to feel symptoms, you don't want to let them go too far. And so Chafin taught me that to improve your baseline, you don't want to have these big drops where you crash. So it's like, the more you can listen to your body in each moment and then pull back when the symptoms start to increase, then the less likely you are to have these huge crashes where it takes you weeks to recover, depending where you're at. And so I'm at the point where, okay, the boat thing really messed me up, but prior to that, I'd be recovered by the next day. Like, I made so much improvement with that concept. So knowing when it's time to stop it's something you just keep practicing every single day. But there's so much magic in like perfecting that, not perfecting it, but the journey of that.
Yeah. Because as you learn when to stop now, like when your base level is so low, I mean, we have to stop very suddenly. We'll start doing something, we have to stop immediately. whether you are going on a walk or reading a book or trying to drive or talking to someone, like, your symptoms can flash up all of a sudden when your base level's low. So in what Celia is saying, like, I so agree. And that was my own journey too. My physical therapist had to pound it into me, like, I had to reiterate this again and again and again. She's like, you have to slow down.
I'm
You
going
have
to interrupt because, by the way, some doctors say the best thing you could do is go act like a normal person.
Yep.
And so you get conflicting. In the beginning, I got only terrible information on push through, push through. And it's absolutely not effective. Go ahead.
Same.
Sorry.
Same. So I've gone through multiple physical therapists, and I had physical therapists tell me, like, keep doing the vestibular activities, even though it makes you feel like you're going to vomit, like, push through. So yeah. So this new physical therapist who I work with, absolutely amazing. And she's really taught me, and me, through me to Celia, has taught us both how to increase our baselines by really taking it slow. And now, like, I'm also in a bit of a setback. I started working in new environments, and just had a lot of new things all at once. So, like, my brain's kind of set back because of that. And then Celia, she had her boat thing, and then she's also been traveling a lot. So, like, that's been causing her to set back. But before that, like, our thresholds had gotten so much better. Like, I personally thought I was at 60% of healing. Like, I had maybe 20% more to go before I would be, really, really in good shape. So now I would say I'm more like 45%. But, like, my threshold now is still so much higher despite all of these new things than it was in the past. It's like in July of last year, I started seeing I went to a concussion clinic, and I got way, way, way worse with them. And my threshold, it was growing, then suddenly it just crashed. And I mean, I crashed hard. I was at like 10% again. So, couldn't even walk to the mailbox and back. And I didn't slow down though. I kept trying to push myself. And until I started working with this new PT, and she started telling me to slow down, that's when my threshold started to grow. And that's when, to go further with this, with the rise message, my PT continues to remind me, and Celia and I are continuing to remind each other of this, that we now have an opportunity to redo anything we want, anything we need. We have the opportunity, because of our TBIs. I mean, we have to look at every single thing we do to the minute detail of, like, okay, is this worth it? Do I need to do this? Is this helping me, or is this hurting me? How long is this going to take to recover from? How am I talking the right way? Am I thinking the right way? I don't know about you guys, but negative thinking, anxiety, depression has been a really big part of my story. And I've had to relearn how to deal with those things in a much healthier way. I'm learning how to feel my feelings, but not let myself, stay in them for forever. Like, all these things we are getting to rise up from, and we are getting to learn new ways to engage in life. And so how I look at this opportunity to rise, my second chance, is that I was doing really well in life before I've had a lot of concussions. And before the latest 4 I had, I was doing really well. And I was succeeding in a lot of things I put my mind to. But I was running myself ragged. And I've had some doctors tell me that told me now during this TBI phase, they told me if I hadn't slowed down, I probably would have had some major health conditions later on in life. Even though I was eating healthy, I was exercising, I was paleo, I'm a health coach. So, I was very healthy. But my way of thinking, my way of just going, refusing to listen to my body, it probably would have shown up in some sort of spinal problem later on. That's what I've been told. And so now I have this opportunity to relearn how to engage in life in the way I think will help me for the rest of my life. So even when I don't have my TBI, I still want to have these core foundations that I've put in place because of my TBI I'll have those later on. And yeah, so like I hate this TBI process, but I'm so thankful for the opportunity I have to keep what was working for me and to let go of the things that they might have been working, but they weren't actually helpful for me in the long run. So that's how I view this card of rising.
This card is the perfect card to get, like, to talk about, because the greatest, yeah, like the TBI experience is like life-changing, challenging, debilitating. It turns your world upside down. But the magic in you get to release the parts of you that weren't serving you. And you learn that over time. And as you let those things go, your life is so much more beautiful. And I feel like as I let go of the pieces of me that aren't, I've transformed my health, all other areas of my health, while trying to heal my brain. So it's really been an absolutely incredible healing journey. And so we're at the point where we are grateful that this happened for us. And so we want to kind of share the light that there is through this, and that there's hope.
Yeah. I just yes. So having that message of hope and the belief that what Celia said, this is happening for us, not against us.
And it took us a while to get here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We both went through some major depressions, and we both still have depression days when our symptoms are high. So it's not over, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know when it will come, but like I see my overall.
It's already here, girl. It's already here.
Thank you. Thanks, Celia. Yeah. So overall, there's a lot of hope.
So I'm going to share a nervous system calming technique if anyone's interested. A huge component of my healing has been to learn to calm my nervous system overall. And it's possible, which is really cool to discover. There's so many different ways, and just the one I'm going to share right now is called havening. So you take your fingertips and you just run them along on your arms or in your hands. Bring it up to your shoulders, and it's gonna help the left and right side of your body communicate and bring balance and calming. And so if you're ever feeling anxious, this is something you can do in public, and who cares what people think. We could do this at any time, as part of your toolbox of things, and then always focusing on your breath. So feel free to try that anytime. And then I'm going to share a quote. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Lao Tzu. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Do you think that I said it right the second time?
Yeah, and that's so powerful.
That was very perfect for our Rise card.
I know, right? Got goosebumps. Okay, well, that concludes our TBI talks for today.
If anyone has any feedback about how any little magical, hints on how you've found healing, feel free to share. I know this journey can feel extremely lonely at times. And I mean, that's like one of the weirdest components, is how lonely this journey can feel. But you are not alone. You are never alone. And when you feel most alone, I believe, is when your guides, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors are with you the most. So when you feel most alone, just know that you are absolutely not alone. And thank you for listening if you made it to now. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Yes. Hopefully your brain does not hurt more after listening to us. I'm gonna go do some meditation after this to calm
Time
them
for our, time for my nap.
down.
Namaste.
All right. Bye.